very good at it. We're specialists at taking uh, pieces, bits, parts, and pieces of other collections, other inherited pieces, acquired pieces, and to try to do something with it to incorporate it into a really beautiful creation that the person can really look at and can remember all of the memories and that goes along with all those pieces that have been incorporated. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start off by putting this design together and see where it takes us. So the first thing we're going to do is, once again, it's a citrine and tanzanite, tsavorite, and diamond combination. So we're going to start off with the prettiest of all colors, I think, which is the tanzanite. And what I did is I put it into it's a trillion cut tanzanite, a little bit longer than it is wider, and I put it into a bezel that's kind of scalloped. I like the yellow because I think it warms up. Yellow is a warming color. White metal is a isolating color, but I think this just needed a lot more warming up to kind of bring out some of the deep colors in the tanzanite. So that's our first piece. Our second piece was a citrine, also a trillion, a little bigger, but you could see how the colors really kind of come together. It really does match well or go together well or accent well. So I ended up doing them to kind of flank each other. One side on with both of them have bezels, but one is on the top tip and the other one is on the bottom. But they're hugging each other so that they do look as though they go together. And then from there, what I did is I started to now incorporate the bands. And the bands took a little bit more of a contemporary feel or look. So the first band I'm going to put out are really stabilizing bands so that we can set up the ring size and what these things are going to sit on. And you can see that this was kind of floating out there, but we're going to take care of that in just a second. Once again, everything is in yellow because yellow is a color that really brings out the vividness of the gemstones. The second band is a little more angled, and it is of a different color. She wanted to go two-tone, and you can see that it's angled because it does capture and hold this tanzanite as the other one holds the citrine. And it looks kind of nice with it being kind of offset, a little bit more of an opening here, and these are touching. It does add strength and stability to the piece. From there, I added another band to really bring everything together. And that one came over, as you can see. It kind of holds the top portion together, and it just kind of ties the ring shanks and these gemstones in their bezels together. And what I did with that is I also added some gemstones, well, actually not gemstones, diamonds, very small diamonds, but we have it coming across, kind of to give that white diamond look a little bit more accent against the two colored gemstones. From here, we added, since she had green garnets, or they're called tsavorite, it goes very well with the two colors here. I started to bring them in down the sides here to kind of add another color variation. So we're going to do the first one here. This is the top, and then we flanked it on the other side with another. The second one is graduating. It comes right off of it's set right against the one that's at the top, and I kind of follow that down with them all kind of coming down the sides in a graduated look or configuration. So you can see that we kind of put it all together. And one of the other things that I did, which kind of makes it nice, is that I did what we call a Euro or a soft square bottom. And this soft square bottom really helps stabilize the piece so that it wears better instead of it being on a round bottom, so that that would have a tendency to kind of make it tip from one side to the other. This actually allows it to stay more stabilized up on the finger. And because we are working in the virtual world, what I'm going to do is bring up a virtual hand and see how this all kind of comes together. It looks like we are kind of underwater with some of those other bands. And I'll see if I can take care of that. See if it might punch it up. There we go. It's still a little bit bigger, but at least it gives you an idea of how this is all coming together and how it would look on a hand. And of course, I'm going to flip it so that the smaller piece is pointing out. But it's coming together quite nice. And like I said, the bottom is more squared so that it does allow for more stabilization. And there's some engineering work that I have to do prior to this, but came out quite nice. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to render all of this. Computer can do that. I'm going to pause and then come back after it's rendered. So hold on tight. So this is what it looks like rendered. The beauty of designing with programs that can sketch, digitally sketch, makes everything much more worthwhile because you can actually see how everything is coming together and how the colors are closer to the actual gemstone color, how the diamonds play a big part in this, how the side stones work together with the two trillion gemstones on the top. But this has really made our industry in the way of custom designing or custom redesigning completely change in terms of what we do in front of the customer. This can all be done in front of a customer so they can really get an idea of what it's going to look like. So thank you for this long-winded presentation, but I think it was all well worth it. And if you have something that you'd like to be able to get some great ideas, just ideas, you can call us at Jewelsmiths. Go to our website at www.jewelsmiths, that's plural.com, and you can sign up on any of our contact pages or forms, or just give us a call. And the designs session with our designers are absolutely free, no obligation, but it will, if anything, you can walk away with something that you might want to table and consider it in the near future. So with that, thank you for watching, and we're going to be putting together a lot more videos as time goes on. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.